Ubricoin, blockchain technology for global health ensuring universal health access for you and your loved ones. Version 2.1 by Macharia Waruenge and Michael Karuru. Ustawi Biomedical Research Innovation and Industrial Centers of Africa. We are a life science and health production organization. We sponsor investments in life science comprising pharmaceuticals and medical devices, fully integrated health production by building sustainable One Health communities involving people cooperating in a retail network combined with health delivery system, and specialized real estate for life science and global health production. Design and layout by Don Bosco Printing School, Makuyu, Kenya. December 1st, 2018. Ubrica, Mudarendu Road, Karen, Nairobi. Email info@ubrica.com. Telephone +254 755 844 017. Website Ubrica, http://ubrica.com. Ubricoin, https://ubricoin.ubrica.com. Ubrica World Cafe, http://uwc.ubrica.com. Corp Society of Ubrica, http://csu.ubrica.com. Important notice. The purpose of this white paper is to present a summary of Ubricoin as a utility token for global health and for building incentives for excellence in education and health production. The information set forth below may be changed for any reason, may not be exhaustive, and does not imply any elements of a contractual relationship. Although Ubricoin holders have a claim to the coin and access to the Ubrica ecosystem, they are not entitled to any dividends or other revenue. The sale and purchase of UBN coin is governed by the terms of sale available on Ubricoin website, ubricoin.ubrica.com. The price of the coin will largely be controlled by the action of the coin holders. The owners of Ubricoin are granted an opportunity to contribute to the larger systems facilitating excellence in education and production of health. This white paper's sole purpose is to provide relevant and reasonable information to you in order for you to determine whether to take part in Ubrica project by acquiring Ubricoin. Version 2.1. This is the second version of the white paper. This version contains material revision of previous version dated June 1st, 2018. The revisions are occasioned by deeper understanding of use of blockchain in global health space and the implication of token economy in a global health ecosystem. This second version contains in-depth explanation of the token economy created by Ubricoin. The version contains an explanation about how Ubricoin will work as a utility token. Document Development Team. Dr. Macharia Waruenge, Chief Document Developer, Ubrica Chief Executive Officer. Susan Nyambura Juguna, Lead Document Developer, Ubrica Research and Professional Communities. June Wahito Washira, Associate Lead Document Developer, Ubrica Legal Affairs. Team at Ubrica. Ann Kamau, General Manager, Ubrica. Jordan Mudemba, Ubricoin Solidity Developer, Computer Science, Ubrica Project. Samuel Wanyoike Nyokabi, Ubricoin Solidity Developer, Computer Science, Ubrica Project. Alexander Thuo, Ubrica Journal System, Web Application Developer. Peter Mohoho Kabi, Ubrica Journal System, Web Application Developer. Solomon Kenyanjui Manyara, Ubricoin Website Developer. Mark Njenga, Ubrica Website Developer. Purity Jerry Mudoa, Ubrica Legal Affairs. Naomi Ngendo Dodo, Document Developer, Ubrica Research. Maxwell Maloba, Document Developer, Ubrica Research. Brenda Wanjiku Njoki, Ubrica Business Developer Soko Janja. Leila Akwabi, Ubrica Business Developer Soko Janja. Christine Jerry Njonge, Ubrica Business Developer Soko Janja. Anne Wanjiku Getoku, Ubrica Business Developer Soko Janja. Jane Mbithe Jeremiah, Ubrica Investors Relations. Abed Mulatia Ndiana, Ubrica Investors Relation. Joseph Amoko Laku, Digital Marketing, Ubricoin and Soko Janja. Kelvin Kamiti Nyambura, Digital Marketing and Web Developer. Benedicte Kasemine Salire, Digital Marketing, Ubricoin and Soko Janja. Scholastica Magiri Mugi, Digital Officer, Ubrica Media. Grace Yeshora, Ubrica Investors Relations. Cynthia Jerry Ngaruya, Ubrica Investors Relations. Phoebe Nasaba, Digital Marketing, Ubrica Media. David Njega Kihuna, Digital Marketing, Ubrica Media. Betty Wanjiru Washira, Digital Marketing, Ubrica Media. Jacqueline Nyawera, Digital Marketing, Ubrica Media. Stephen Imbaga Aguza, Digital Marketing, Soko Janja. Barbara Wanja Kimani, Digital Marketing, Ubrica Media. Frederick Ochare Okech, Digital Marketing, Ubrica Media. Florence Maina, Digital Marketing, Ubrica Media. Wangeshi Washira, Digital Marketing, Ubrica Media. Evanson Kabutu, Ubrica Transportation Manager. Introduction. We have developed Ubricoin on blockchain to serve as a platform devoted to improving quality of health for all. Ubricoin will help to achieve global health. We will use Ubricoin to develop global health industry and create market intelligence through a cryptocurrency reward system that will inspire positive contribution to health improvement around the world. We will use a smart review system to reward consumers for positive health behavior. Educators at all levels of education, researchers, and practitioners at all levels will receive rewards for excellence, quality of work, and positive contribution to society. We believe in a future where everybody has access to best health products and services. We believe in a great health that is easily accessible and affordable to all. We believe in a future of universal health access. We expect that Ubricoin will improve health-related quality of life and quality-adjusted life years. In addition, we believe that Ubricoin will reduce the enormous burden of disease, particularly in the developing world, and eliminate years of life lost due to disease. Blockchain. Blockchain is a technology that enables movement of digital assets such as Ubricoin. One of the problems that blockchain will solve is that of money transfer. Today, if a person A in the United States wants to send money to person B in Kenya, he or she has to go to a trusted third party, say a bank. Person A in the United States will deposit the money with a trusted third party, who in turn will identify and validate person B in Kenya. The trusted third party will then move the money to person B after taking a fee. The process may take 3 or more days, sometimes a week. Blockchain enables transfer of money without trusted third party, without delay, and without fees. Blockchain enables people to move money directly to one another. Nakamoto referred to this method as peer-to-peer. In a nutshell, blockchain moves money faster than 3 days. Indeed, it moves money immediately. Moving money on blockchain is cheaper. There is no third party collecting fees. How the blockchain works. How does the blockchain address this money transfer problem? For the blockchain to work, it relies on 3 major processes. A. Open ledger. B. Distributed ledger. And C. Miners. Open ledger. The blockchain is a public ledger. The chain of transactions done on blockchain are open for everyone to see. Everyone in the network can see where the money is, where it is going, and where it has come from. The open ledger shows how much money each of the actors has in his or her wallet, and everyone can decide whether a transaction is valid or whether it is not. If a transaction is not valid, it is not to be added to the open ledger. It is rejected and does not become part of the chain. Distributed ledger. Blockchain's goal is to get rid of centralized ledger. Blockchain takes the centralized ledger and distributes it across all actors. We call all these actors nodes. Each person in the network is running the software application on his or her computer or mobile device. In a network of 4 actors, A, B, C, and D, Actor A's application downloads and continually updates a copy of the ledger. So does Actor B, and so does Actor C, and so does Actor D. Each of the 4 has the same copy of the ledger updated continuously. Anyone else who joins the network will have the same copy of the ledger. The ledger is distributed across a network of nodes. To avoid problems, all the copies of the ledger in the network must remain synchronized. All participants in the network must see the same copy. This leads to the third principle of the blockchain, miners. Miners. Now we have an open ledger that everyone can see. The ledger is distributed across multiple nodes. The question becomes, how in a distributed ledger nodes understand and synchronize the ledger among themselves? Miners are special nodes which can hold the ledger. The miners compete among themselves to validate transactions and put them on the ledger. The first miner who will validate the transaction will get a financial reward, a Bitcoin, let's say. In order to be the first to take the transaction and put it on the ledger, a miner needs to do 2 things. 1. Validate the new transaction. This is easy. The ledger is open and anyone can immediately calculate whether the sender has the funds in order to make the transfer. 2. Find a special key. The special key will enable to take the present transaction, add to the previous transaction, and lock it. In order to find this key, the miner needs to invest computational power and time because the search for the key is random. The miner is repeatedly guessing new key until it finds the key that matches the random puzzle. The first miner to do that will get financial reward. This economic incentive essentially ensures that collectively they agree on what is the official ledger that should be used by everyone. Synchronizing the ledger across the network, a miner will be able to solve the transaction and add it to the ledger. The miner will then broadcast that information to the entire network. He will say, here is a validated transaction and here is the key that enables everyone on the network to take it and add it to their own ledger. What are the other miners going to do? They will see that the transaction is already validated and added to the ledger, which means there is no point in trying to solve this transaction again. The other miners will immediately take this transaction, add it to their own ledger, and will look for another transaction to work on, and hopefully to get a reward next time. Why blockchain? A fully decentralized business needs a both decentralized infrastructure and a decentralized decision-making. Every user in this network becomes the owner of the network too. Blockchain facilitates the inclusion of fringe stakeholders to position of alliance of the core of decision-making. We will use blockchain to facilitate meaningful interactions among peers working together in Ubrica ecosystem. To start, Ubricoin will facilitate point-of-sale payment system for Ubrica's e-commerce platform, www.sokojanja.com. Ubricoin will reduce friction of currency in the trade and facilitate real-time transfer of cash. Ubricoin will also act as the escrow to protect its members from fraud by eliminating middlemen who usually do not provide value for money. Blockchain aims at changing the external environment by including the distant voices from the fringe stakeholders who are most neglected in our societies. This will help us understand the concerns of distant and diverse stakeholders. Including the fringe stakeholders allows Ubrica to understand the complex and evolving issues that may potentially affect the basis of its future and addressing them. Ubricoin gives us opportunity to build an incentive structure for goodwill and excellence. We will therefore focus on giving incentives to traditionally marginalized, hardworking people who contribute knowledge for the betterment of humanity. Relationship between blockchain, money, and law. Blockchain, money, and law interact to create a new phenomenon of freedom of measuring value of information. Gilder 2016. Information technology has existed since its inception in the 1930s without building capabilities for measuring value. Nakamoto's discovery of timestamp to solve the double spending problem on the blockchain gave information network a valid measurement of value that translates into money. Bitcoin was born as a smart contract that enables transfer of value among people transacting on the network. Buterin's innovation gave us Ethereum blockchain that allows everyone to build smart contracts as decentralized applications. Smart contracts will resolve disputes directly and efficiently, reducing lawyer-client workload. Smart contract escrow will replace escrow accounts managed by law firms. The escrow in the smart contract will manage the promises of payments and release money when conditions are met. Blockchain will also improve the effectiveness of the criminal justice system. The blockchain works with three processes: open ledger, distributed ledger, and miners. Information recorded on open ledger is there for everyone to see, therefore improving the quality of police work who investigate crime and the court system that prosecutes the offenders. The distributed ledger is immutable and is indestructible because it is hosted on millions of nodes in the network. All the nodes agree on the valid document by consensus. Business will benefit from blockchain technology. The earlier a business adopts the blockchain technology, the better. Industries that implement blockchain will find it far easier to enforce standard operating procedures within their organizations. Information is readily verifiable on the immutable record. Mission-critical terms and conditions specified for particular products cannot be changed. Blockchain uses consensus algorithm to validate transactions. In order to participate in validating transactions, a person must expend enormous energy and computing power. The validator, also known as a miner, has to pay out of pocket for the electrical energy and powerful computers. The validator is paid only when he or she verifies a valid transaction and posts it to the open ledger for everyone to see. Posting an invalid transaction does not attract a reward. It results in a loss of money spent on electrical energy and computing power. This mining process secures accountability that will spur widespread improvement in capitalist ethos. It will make it easier to discover exploitative and environmentally damaging practices. Blockchain is a powerful technology whose powers will expand in the coming years. In the legal and business world, it will enhance precision and accountability. Chapter 2: Ubricoin. Ubricoin is a decentralized application built on Ethereum protocol. It is a peer-to-peer utility token that will give incentives to anyone in the world to facilitate global health. We will use Ubricoin to create platforms to support life science research and development, generic drugs manufacturing, and health services delivery. Ubricoin will be the gateway to the biomedical world, which comprises Sokojanja, health services delivery, science and technology parks, and biomedical industrial city. Ubricoin will expand Ubrica's capability to host future-worthy life science and health blockchain projects and spin-offs. We created 10 billion Ubricoins, in brackets, UBN. A UBN refers to one Ubricoin. The smallest unit of UBN, a brevis, is 1 billionth of a UBN. As an ERC20 token, a UBN is configured to be used globally by all individuals. A UBN derives value from the exchange with Ether. We intend to sell the 10 billion UBNs on Ethereum blockchain. The UBN will comply with the ERC20 standard and it will be transferable on Ethereum platform. Ubricoin as a utility token. A UBN is a utility token that represents future access to the Ubrica ecosystem. We will use Ubricoin to develop products and services that the holders of the tokens will later redeem for goods and services developed by the token. Tokens are of two types: A. Equity tokens, and B. Utility tokens. Equity tokens are investment instruments and are treated much like shares of common stock. Two types of utility tokens are digital coupons and tokens that provide users with access to its decentralized ecosystem, such as Ubrica project. Ubrica is classified as a utility token. Participants in the Ubricoin community can buy them for use to access Ubrica ecosystem. Ubrica will issue tokens for development of its projects and creation of excellence. This will allow token holders to buy different Ubrica products and services in the future. Participants in the Ubricoin community will buy tokens and use them to access Ubrica services, products, and produce. The main purpose of Ubricoin is to get access to the Ubrica ecosystem, but not to gain profits or dividends. The main value of the token is access to Ubrica's proof-of-stake protocol tokenization platform. Participants with products, produce, and services will be enlisted on Sokojanja at no cost and get medical services at a URCC near them. The main value of the token is access to Ubrica's proof-of-stake and proof-of-excellence protocol. In proof-of-stake, Ubricoin will incentivize actors by signing them units of brevis for creating blocks, and by giving privileges to incentivize actors by giving them decision-making rights that can be used to extract rent. In proof of excellence, Ubricoin will increase actor token balances or give them privileges if they do something good, and reduce actor token balances, revoke privileges if they do something bad. Why Ubricoin? Ubricoin will support design, development, and implementation of Ubrica project to decentralize global health. Ubrica project involves building world-class capability for high-quality life science and health production in the world. This will involve building a model physical project in Kenya. Ubrica project in Kenya will create a node for highly advanced biomedical research and development and highest quality healthcare services. The project will ensure sufficient support for discovery of solutions to most vexing health problems in the world, particularly those emerging from the African continent and other developing parts of the world. Ubricoin will help gather intelligent data about health, nutrition information, and diseases. Artificial intelligence will facilitate gathering and use of global health. Data gathered will help to develop smart community health decision support system, smart public health decision support system, and smart clinical decision support systems. Implications of artificial intelligence will include early disease detection algorithm built on international classification of diseases, health and diseases monitoring, effect and impact evaluation of health programs, and improved data security, accuracy, and speed of diagnosis. Blockchain technology will help create cash incentives, tokens for supporting development of scientific products and the commercialization of products in the online marketing and retail platform called Sokojanja. We will use Ubricoin to create incentives for research and development and commercialization of complete research products. This will involve building world-class capability and capacity for health and clinical research in African countries. It will also involve research reporting through peer-to-peer reviewed papers by creating incentive tokens to the authors. This will lead to more people taking part in growing scientific knowledge in Africa. Coin distribution. We plan Ubricoin sales in the following manner. 1 billion, which is 10% UBNs for design, development, management, and scaling of Sokojanja. 2 billion, which is 20% UBNs for design, development, construction, and management of Ubrica Retail Clinical Centers, URCCs. 2 billion, which is 20% UBNs for design, development, construction, and management of science and technology parks, STPs. 3 billion, which is 30% UBNs for design, development, Construction and Management of Biomedical Industrial Center, BMIC. 2 billion, which is 20%, UBNs will be reserved for community development and Ubrica team. Direct beneficiaries. Consumers. Ubricoin will benefit you, the consumer of health and other services. You will receive Brevis giveaways from shopping on Soko Janja. Brevis giveaways are monetized loyalty points issuing from the point of sale platform on Soko Janja. You will also give direct feedback to providers through a rating system. Providers receiving good rating from you will be rewarded with Brevis. You will experience increased access to health generating produce, products, and services. Providers. As a provider of health accepting Ubricoin as payment at the point of sale, you will receive Brevis giveaways, service quality tokens, and direct feedback from consumers. You will also give direct feedback to consumers, such that consumers who adopt good health habits will be rewarded with Brevis. Payers of health using Ubricoin for payment transactions will experience dramatic reduction in payment fraud. You will be paid only for honest work. Payers will enjoy a simplified payment system built on blockchain. Payers and suppliers. As a supplier of products and services to the health system, you will enjoy a simplified payment system. You will receive Brevis airdrops and service quality token. You will also receive direct feedback from consumers and in turn will give direct feedback to consumers. Regulators. As a regulator of health services, you will create intelligent regulation based on real-time data. This will ensure good governance. You will receive Brevis airdrops and service quality token. You will also receive direct feedback from consumers and in turn will give direct feedback to consumers. Non-governmental organization. As a local and international non-governmental organization, you will enjoy simplified data gathering for needs assessments, project implementation evaluation, and post-implementation evaluation. You will receive Brevis and service quality tokens. They will also receive direct feedback from consumers and in turn will give direct feedback to consumers. International Development Organization. As an international development organization concerned with global health, you will have a system for easy tracking of diseases of global health concern, detecting diseases before they become epidemics. You will also enjoy simplified data gathering for needs assessments, project implementation evaluation, and post-implementation evaluation. You will receive Brevis and service quality tokens. You will also receive direct feedback from consumers and in turn will give direct feedback to consumers. University/academic organizations. As a university or academic organization, you will receive rewards for increased quality of research, publication, translation, and commercialization of knowledge. Health Services Organization. As health service organization, you will receive rewards for quality of services and better organized health systems, safe, effective, patient-centered, timely, efficient, and equitable as per IOM report on 6 domains of quality. Chapter 3. Ubrica Global Health Project. Ubrica is a global health project built on 3 pillars. A. Smart Contract Pillar. B. Human Engagement Pillar. And C. Projects Pillar. We describe the phased implementation program for the 3 pillars. Smart Contract. A smart contract is a computerized transaction protocol that executes the terms of a contract and facilitates all steps of contracting process. A computer program enforces a contract between 2 or more parties. The program executes the rules when all conditions are met. Smart contracts are built on blockchain and inherit blockchain properties, i.e., immutable, distributed and decentralized, providing digital security. Smart contracts are self-executing. They eliminate the third party by solving issues in a way that does not require trust and remove human judgment. The smart contracts facilitate, verifies and enforces negotiations by implementing deterministic rules through a logic in a computer code. Smart contracts help exchange money, property, shares, or anything of value in a transparent, conflict-free way while avoiding the services of a middleman. Smart contracts not only defines the rule and penalties around an agreement in the same way that a traditional contract does, but also automatically enforce those obligations. Smart contract escrow in Soko Janja. Ubricoin smart contract will act as an escrow to the Ubrica e-commerce Soko Janja. During purchase, the consumer will order an item and send Ubricoins to the smart contract. The smart contract will generate a code and send it to the buyer. The code will only be known to buyer. The smart contract will hold the Ubricoin until delivery of the purchased item. Upon delivery, the buyer will give the seller the code to add to the smart contract, or the buyer will send the code to the contract as an acknowledgement of the receipt of the item. The smart contract will divide the proceeds to different pools such as courier, services, and health funds. Time is set upon which, if the item is not delivered in time, the contract becomes void and the money is sent back to the buyer. The time limit helps in case the seller decides not to deliver the item. We will use the smart contract for health financing by pooling health funds as explained in Chapter 7. This will allow risk sharing in the health sector while thinking about how to put money in people's pockets to fund health. Ubricoin smart contract will facilitate, verify, negotiate, and conclude contracts between individuals and their contracting party. Smart reward. Using the smart contract, we will create a cryptocurrency program to reward excellence through a reward system. The smart reward system will help actors in the various industries to act properly towards the betterment of the community. We will issue rewards in different sectors which will have been affected by poor quality and services or inactivity. In education sector, we will create a reward system for teaching, research, and practice. The current health sector is dominated by poor quality of services. The reward system will give incentives to health professionals who demonstrate quality of care and document their work for others to learn from. We shall also reward the use of Ubricoin for financial transactions in everyday practice. Buying from local suppliers and manufacturers on Soko Janja will attract rewards. The reward system will allow every consumer of services to get a chance to rate his or her provider in the decentralized application. Human engagement. The human engagement pillar involves engaging people at their basic level of existence to discover how they can work together to create wealth. Members engaged will enter into a distributed autonomous organization known as the Cooperative Society of Ubricans. We have created an online retail store known as Soko Janja, where members can buy and sell produce, products, and services from one another. Projects. Ubrica project comprises 3 distinct scientific real estate projects, a series of world-class health centers, university science and technology parks, and a biomedical industrial city in Kenya. We will sell coins project-wise, with each project taking 4 phases: private sale, pre-sale, crowd sale, and an initial coin offering. Ubrica Retail Clinical Centers. We intend to construct at least 100 health centers that will be leased to qualifying health professionals on a 20-year mortgage agreement. University Science and Technology Parks. We will facilitate design, development, and implementation of 66 science and technology parks, STPs, for universities. Biomedical Industrial City. We propose to implement a biomedical industrial city in Kenya known as Ubrica 1. Ubrica 1 will meet a full range of health needs, including curative and preventive services of residents and visitors. Chapter 4. Smart Reward Crypto Economics. We have built on blockchain technology a decentralized model that will overcome shortage of financing for health, which has been the thorniest issue in global health. Lack of funding for health in many countries of the world has led to increased burden of disease, years of life lost due to illness, very poor quality of life, and very low quality adjusted life years. We strive to create a health-conscious community that rewards people who provide valuable contribution to education and knowledge in life science and health. Through a smart reward system, we will see a rise in emergence of new knowledge and solutions to most vexing issues in health. Ubricoin will reach a broad market for knowledge production that will include billions of people in developing countries who have been excluded from healthcare and from financial systems. Ubricoin on blockchain for global health is extremely powerful as it will build financial incentives for traditionally marginalized, hardworking people who contribute knowledge for the betterment of humanity. For the first time in history of mankind, hundreds of millions of people who contribute good deeds to improvement of health-related quality of life of human race will receive incentives for their good deeds. This smart reward system will unlock unprecedented amount of funds to support advancement in knowledge in general and in life science and health production in the world in particular. Good teachers who care deeply about their students, good researchers who contribute to new knowledge, and good practitioners who strive to provide greatest quality of service will receive financial incentives for their good deeds. Ubricoin cryptocurrency reward programs involves creating incentive programs to reward excellence in education, research, and practice. The program rewards the use of Ubricoin for financial transaction in everyday practice. Buying from local suppliers and manufacturers on Soko Janja will attract rewards. By doing so, quality of medical and healthcare will improve all over the world. It is widely documented that people living in developing countries do not have access to good quality education, products of research, and professional services. Much worse, developing countries are not at the forefront of biomedical research, development, innovation, and commercialization of research knowledge into commercial products and services. The enterprise for translation of science into products for everyday domestic use and clinical care does not exist in developing countries because there is no incentive for creating such enterprises. Absence of biomedical and healthcare innovation has resulted in a huge burden of disease in developing countries. Innovation in biomedical and health ecosystems rely on good financial incentives. The global financial community has not created financial incentives for biomedical innovation and health production. LO explained that when financial innovation is absent in a particular field of science, large-scale innovation in that field is not possible. By contrast, with financial innovation, any level of innovation is possible in any field of science. According to LO, when financial innovation in a field is present, large-scale innovation is possible in that field. LO adds that financial innovation is a necessary and sufficient condition for any other innovation to occur. Furthermore, the global financial system has enough financial resources to solve all global health problems. This means that we have enough money in the world to support best quality health care for everyone. We, however, have lacked the technology to organize it. To overcome this problem, Ubricoin will build financial incentives that will ensure continuous throughput of scientific innovation in science of health production in the developing world. To be successful, Ubricoin will have to reward all stages of knowledge production, beginning with primary school education. Education Excellence Reward System will offer tokens to primary school teachers, secondary school teachers, university educators, researchers, and post-university practitioners. Service Quality Smart Review will provide communities of users the power to incentivize quality and eliminate mediocrity in academia and industry. Ubricoin self-executing smart review contract will be the most powerful tool to improve service quality and establish loyal customer base. Table 1 contains smart contract incentives for knowledge and performance excellence. 1. PSTRP, Primary School Teachers Reward Program. Qualifying criteria are attendance to class, quality of teaching, engaging students in practical work, use of Ubricoin for financial transactions, buying locally produced products on Soko Janja. 2. HSTRP High School Teachers Reward Program. Qualifying criteria are attendance to class, quality of teaching, engaging students in practical work, number of students qualifying to university, use of Ubricoin for financial transactions, buying locally produced products on Soko Janja. 3. UTRP University Teachers Reward Program. Qualifying criteria are attendance to class, quality of teaching, engaging students in practical work, numbers of graduating students successfully placed to employment, follow up with former students to discover their performance in professional life, use of Ubricoin for financial transactions, buying locally produced products on Soko Janja. 4. OARP Original Academic Research Reward Program. Qualifying criteria are accepted proposal by a peer review process, publication of original research in a peer-reviewed journal, presentation of original research in an academic conference, translation of original research to prototypes for the market, commercialization of prototypes, use of Ubricoin for financial transaction, buying locally produced products on Soko Janja. 5. PRP Practitioner Reward System. Qualifying criteria are professional service quality, continuing professional development, accepted practice research proposal by a peer review process, publication of original research in a peer-reviewed journal, presentation of original research in a professional conference, translation of original research into prototypes for the market, commercialization of prototypes, use of Ubricoin for financial transactions, buying locally produced products on Soko Janja. 6. ORP Organizational Reward Program. Qualifying criteria are professional service quality, use of Ubricoin for financial transaction, buying locally produced products on Soko Janja. 7. CRP Consumer Reward Program. Qualifying criteria are consumer service quality, use of Ubricoin for financial transactions, buying locally produced products on Soko Janja. Incentives for high quality knowledge in primary and secondary schools. For primary school and high school teachers, we will create a rating system on blockchain to reward excellence in practice. We will issue brevis to teachers who demonstrate commitment and dedication to student learning. The students will use the system to rate their teachers, and the rating points will convert to brevis. The rating systems will be embodied on teachers' class attendance, quality of teaching, and engaging students in practical work. Incentives for high quality knowledge in university. University lecturers / professors will be rewarded for demonstrating quality knowledge transfer to their students. This will be done through the rating system where the students will rate their professors based on the knowledge gained and their satisfaction on the content delivered. Brevis will be issued based on a rating system, with those with good rating receiving the tokens. We will also offer incentives for lecturers who will develop original proposals and peer-reviewed papers. To encourage sharing of research work, we will offer incentives to people who present their original research in conferences and commercialization in their research. We will reward lecturers and professors who show interest and commitment in reviewing of research papers and publishing and running journals on Ubricoin journal system. Incentives for professional practice. Professionals lack incentives to do good in society today. Using Ubricoin, we will issue tokens to individuals who demonstrate good professional practice, work ethics, and good customer service. We will create a rating system where professionals will be rated by peers and consumers. This will act to improve quality in all sectors and eliminate inadequacy and corruption in practice. Incentives for shopping on Soko Janja. To promote village-level commerce, we will offer tokens to people who buy things made by local manufacturers. To facilitate local economy, we will issue reward for users' registration into on Soko Janja platform. Consumers who will register and provide additional profile information will receive brevis. Purchasing and referring new users in Soko Janja will attract reward. Airdrops. Airdrops are coins sent to the user's wallet addresses at no cost. The coins are sent in the process of distributing tokens to users over cryptocurrency, e.g. Ubricoin. The users are required to perform certain tasks as directed during airdrops announcements. The airdrops are used to create awareness of the coin and to reward loyalty. We will use the airdrops to create a larger Ubricoin community. A large community will create a more decentralized network, which in turn will increase the level of security in the Ubricoin network. We will offer airdrops in form of brevis to users and to Ubrica project supporters. We will also issue brevis to people who will use our coin to do transactions. We'll have two forms of airdrops: planned and surprise airdrops. The planned airdrops will be used to create awareness, and the surprise airdrops will be used to reward loyal coin holders, i.e. those who will hold the Ubricoin and those who will use Ubricoin for transactions. Chapter 5: Human Engagement. Our human engagement pillar involves engaging people at their basic level of existence to discover how we can work with them to create wealth. The common notions. We know that a person becomes poor when he or she is unable to exchange his goods or services for currency. When a person cannot find market for his or her products, services, or farm produce, he or she ends up being poor. Nearly 95% of people living in Kenya are unable to find market for more than 80% of their farm produce. Kenyan subsistent croppers and pastoralists living in rural areas are extremely impoverished because they cannot find market for their produce. The only available market comes to them in form of organized cartels who buy the farm produce and livestock at a throwaway price. Even at this throwaway price, cartels are only able to purchase less than 20% of all the produce. The rest goes to waste. Perishable produce such as fruits, vegetable, flowers, animal products are rotting away in the villages of Kenya. This extreme waste of produce of the land kills all possibility of generating wealth for the local people and multiplies by several orders of magnitude the working capital in the country. The quandary. Without anywhere to sell produce, a subsistent cropper or a livestock producer slides into extreme poverty. When sick, she is afraid to seek medical service until the disease advances and becomes incapacitating. She is forced by the worsening disease to seek medical care and arrives at a medical facility without enough money to pay for medical service. Her money does not cover for the medical service offered by the provider at the medical facility. The provider reduces the quality and quantity of service offering to match the little money available for the patient. The problem is that the provider of medical service receives hundreds of patients with advanced disease but with little or no money. In most cases, the patient cannot pay anything at all. This severe lack of money to pay the providers in Kenya has led to a severe decline in the quality of medical service. Many owners of health facilities have to cut corners just to make ends meet. Cutting corners by a medical provider means cutting a critical service, increased risk of worsening of disease, medical errors, or introduction of new diseases. Distressed medical providers in Kenya are offering the lowest quality experience in the world. Low quality medical service is a serious health hazard to the people, which by itself results in death of health consumers in many instances. Health providers are seriously concerned by this problem. Without access to money, however, and surrounded by masses of people with advanced disease, they are between a rock and a hard place. This is the quandary of health service. Fundamental solution. Logical reasoning indicates that the fundamental solution to health production problem lies in a system that improves the economy of each individual. In line with this logic, we have created a system to help people find market for their produce, products, and services. In order to help a person, he or she must first join and become a member of distributed autonomous organization known as the Cooperative Society of Ubricons. We intend to enroll 14 million families in Kenya alone. Once joined, our community workers help the members to send to market whatever he or she is producing. We have created an online retail store known as Soko Janja, where members can buy and sell produce, products, and services. We have started enrolling individuals onto Soko Janja. Enrolled individuals can post pictures of their products, produce, and services to the online retail store. Members of the CSU will use their wealth to finance health production for themselves and their loved ones. We will use Ubricoin to facilitate the management of the online store. Ubricoin will also be used at the point of sale in Soko Janja as well as an incentive structure to encourage people to buy from each other to activate local economy. Soko Janja 1 billion UBN. We will sell 1 billion UBNs to support our online retail store, Soko Janja, to help operationalize wealth creation by each individual in any given community. We are proposing to build a platform that will be decentralized. The platform will facilitate peer-to-peer trading without Ubrica mediating. The trading will involve the use of Ubricoin as means of payment, which will be validated by blockchain. The reward system. We will create an incentive structure to facilitate peer-to-peer trading and purchase of locally produced products, produce, and services. Holders of Ubricoin purchasing locally produced products and services in Soko Janja will receive the services and products at a discount. They will also receive loyalty points for shopping in Soko Janja. Reuse of points. Points received from shopping on Soko Janja will be used to access more products, produce, and services in the Ubrica ecosystem, such as shopping at Soko Janja or access to the health services in the URCCs and BMICs. We will sell the 1 billion coins, will be sold in 4 phases at $0.5 per UBN. Phase 1. Private sale. We will release 100 million coins at this stage on June 1st, 2018. These funds will be used to design the e-commerce platform. Funds will also be used for field research to assess the market for the local products, visiting manufacturers to sell the idea and register them on the platform, calling and listing manufacturers, clients, suppliers, and customers. Phase 2. Pre-sale. We will sell 200 million UBN at this stage on August 1st, 2018. These funds will be used for the development of Soko Janja. We will buy new computers to facilitate maintenance, updates, and development of the platform. These funds will also cater to networking capabilities and paying salaries to people who will be working on the platform. We will also use a fraction of the funds raised to market the platform. Phase 3. Crowd sale. We will sell 300 million coins at this stage on October 1st, 2018 for developing management capacity. This will include identifying, recruiting, training, and retaining human resource for Soko Janja. These funds will be used to organize and upgrade teams into departments. In coordinating, we will make sure all the teams are working together in a synchronized fashion so that all the teams will work as a single whole. We'll also create a team for controlling financial resources, including creating appropriate use of the Ubricoin, token distributions, airdrops, and loyalty incentive programs. We'll use these funds for strategic planning to scale Soko Janja into a peer-to-peer market. Soko Janja 1 billion UBN. We will sell 1 billion UBNs to support our online retail store, Soko Janja, to help operationalize wealth creation by each individual in any given community. We are proposing to build a platform that will be decentralized. The platform will facilitate peer-to-peer trading without Ubrica mediating. The trading will involve the use of Ubricoin as means of payment, which will be validated by blockchain. The reward system. We will create an incentive structure to facilitate peer-to-peer trading and purchase of locally produced products, produce, and services. Holders of Ubricoin purchasing locally produced products and services in Soko Janja will receive the services and products at a discount. They will also receive loyalty points for shopping in Soko Janja. Reuse of points. Points received from shopping on Soko Janja will be used to access more products, produce, and services in the Ubrica ecosystem, such as shopping at Soko Janja or access to the health services in the URCCs and BMICs. We will sell the 1 billion coins, will be sold in 4 phases at $0.5 per UBN. Phase 1. Private sale. We will release 100 million coins at this stage on June 1st, 2018. These funds will be used to design the e-commerce platform. Funds will also be used for field research to assess the market for the local products, visiting manufacturers to sell the idea and register them on the platform, calling and listing manufacturers, clients, suppliers, and customers. Phase 2. Pre-sale. We will sell 200 million UBN at this stage on August 1st, 2018. These funds will be used for the development of Soko Janja. We will buy new computers to facilitate maintenance, updates, and development of the platform. These funds will also cater to networking capabilities and paying salaries to people who will be working on the platform. We will also use a fraction of the funds raised to market the platform. Phase 3. Crowd sale. We will sell 300 million coins at this stage on October 1st, 2018 for developing management capacity. This will include identifying, recruiting, training, and retaining human resource for Soko Janja. These funds will be used to organize and upgrade teams into departments. In coordinating, we will make sure all the teams are working together in a synchronized fashion so that all the teams will work as a single whole. We'll also create a team for controlling financial resources, including creating appropriate use of the Ubricoin, token distributions, airdrops, and loyalty incentive programs. We'll use these funds for strategic planning to scale Soko Janja into a peer-to-peer market. Phase 4. Initial token offering. We will sell 400 million coins on December 1st, 2018 for scaling Soko Janja. These funds will be used to enroll 14 million households and to pay 7,250 community workers who will be recruited to register manufacturers and suppliers in the 47 counties, 210 sub-counties, and 1,450 wards in Kenya. We will create an incentive program to reward customers who will be buying locally produced products from Soko Janja. Chapter 6. Ubrica Retail Clinical Centers. Universal health means ensure access to health-producing services. Ubrica will build retail clinical centers called Ubrica Retail Clinical Centers, URCCs. We will use the URCC model to organize village-level commerce. A URCC will have 3 primary components: a medical clinic, a retail store, and produce value addition and quality improvement workshop. We intend to support design, development, and construction of at least 100 health centers that will be leased to qualifying health professionals on a 20-year mortgage agreement. We will construct an average of 2 units per county in Kenya. Some counties with greater population may have more than 2. Each center will have a fully furnished health center and a retail store. Individuals enrolled into the CSU form the consumer base of the URCC. Each URCC will serve a catchment population of about 300,000 people. Thus, 100 URCCs will serve at least 30 million people. The URCC project requires $1 billion US. We shall allocate 2 billion Ubricoins to fund design, development, and implementation of 100 URCCs in Kenya. URCCs 2 billion UBN. We will sell 2 billion UBNs at $2 per Ubricoin to help design, development, construction, and management of the URCCs. We intend to construct at least 100 health centers, average of 2 units per county. The 2 billion UBNs will be sold in 4 phases. The reward system. The aim of creating the URCCs is to build a healthy, conscious community. We will use Ubricoins to create an incentive structure to facilitate health behaviors. We will issue points to people who practice preventive health such as exercise, proper diet, optimal sleep, and early screening of diseases. Basic and secondary prevention of diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, and diagnosis checkups. All points earned will go to the pooled smart contract, which will be used for paying providers for health services and shopping at Soko Janja. Phase 1. Private sale. In this phase, we will sell 100 million UBN. The funds raised will be used for the design of the URCCs. Desktop research will help to determine the structure and requirements for the construction of URCCs. Field research and site visit will help to identify suitable locations for the URCCs. We will also do environmental studies and acquire permits, entitlements, and approvals with various government authorities. Targeted social marketing will help to create awareness and identify doctors who will clinics in the URCCs. Public outreach and evaluation will be carried out to understand the scope of the project. User research will identify target audience and capacity for utilization of health services in each county. User studies will include consumers of care, providers of care, and payers of care. This will help to calculate the optimal numbers of clinics for each county. Counties with greater population may require more than 2 URCCs. We will develop a program for quality training. This will help improve the quality of care that will be provided in the clinics. The identified doctors who will own the clinics will go through continuous professional development. A fraction of the funds raised in this phase will be used for project planning, i.e., getting proper legal documents, permits, and feasibility studies. Phase 2. Pre-sale. We will sell 300 million UBN in this phase. These funds will be used for the development of URCCs. We will hire consultants, architects, engineers, planners, construction security personnel, and IT professionals. This team will be responsible for planning and generating of construction documents for different counties. Phase 3. Crowd sale. In this phase, we will sell 1 billion UBN on October 1st, 2019. This will help us in acquisition of land and their title deeds for the implementation of the URCC project. Land will be sourced from different counties in Kenya. The plan is to ensure that we have land in all the 47 counties to effectively start the construction of the URCCs. We will also use these funds to purchase clinical equipment required in the clinics. Phase 4. Initial token offering. We will sell 600 million UBN for management of the URCCs. These funds will support mortgages to the doctors who will own the URCCs. The mortgages will make it easy for the fresh graduates to own clinics. Some of these funds raised will be used in an incentive program. We will reward health professionals with brevis for provision of great quality of care. We will also issue tokens to individuals with good health-seeking behaviors. These incentives are meant to improve the quality of care and as motivation to the doctors. Offering tokens to the patients will lead to early disease detection and prevention of diseases. Funds raised from this phase will be used for continual growth and maintenance of the clinic and to set stage for long-term success. We will also hire technical teams which will be in charge of maintaining the equipment. Chapter 7. Universal Health Coverage. We focus on our intent to build sustainable One Health communities comprising 6 primary components. A cooperative society of lubricants constituted by our members drawing from local communities, produce or product workshops for improving quality and packaging of things produced by our members, a retail store that serves as a market for produce and products by members of the CSU, a One Health clinic that provides clinical services to members of the CSU, a web/mobile platform for managing the commerce issuing from the retail system, a biomedical industrial city. The retail store, the One Health clinic, the cooperative workshop, and e-commerce platform activates the fourth element of health production. We have designed SOHCs to overcome grand challenges in global health. We recognize the critical role of animals, environment, and economy in human health. We believe that sustainable health production in global health is a function of a system that integrates simultaneous operation of these four elements of human health, animal health, environmental health, and economic health. Our SOHCs are rooted in the conception that economic development is the most powerful means of health production. Economic development is the greatest cause of improvement in health. Economic health, the fourth element of health production, is the primary driver of the sustainable One Health in any community in the world. It is common knowledge that compared to a wealthy person, a poor person is more likely to get sick, more likely to develop complications of disease, more likely to succumb complication and to develop disability due to disease, and more likely to die from a disease. It is impossible to improve health of a poor person in the long term without improving the wealth of the person in the long term. Fundamental solution. When we strike a sale at Soko Janja, we divide the proceeds of produce or product sale in three fractions. One fraction goes back to the member in form of profit. Second fraction goes back to the cooperative to meet the operations and administration needs. That fraction sits in a health fund. This is what is called health risk pooling. A member seeking care at a health facility is fully covered. The owners of health facility are happy because they are assured of payment of the quantity and quality of their service offering. Health risk pooling. Pooling refers to collecting money from many people in a group so that the money collected is then used to pay for health services for its members. Pooling risks together allows the higher cost of the less healthy to be offset by the relatively lower costs of the healthy. Pooling ensures that the risk related to financing health is borne by all the members of the pool. Its main purpose is to share all the financial risk associated with disease, disability, and death for which there is uncertain need. Smith and Witter explain that there are four classes of risk pooling. A. No risk pool, under which all cost lies with the individual. B. Unitary risk pool, under which all cost is transferred to a single national pool. C. Fragmented risk pools, under which a series of independent risk pools, such as local governments or employer-based pools, are used. And D. Integrated risk pools, under which fragmented risk pools are compensated for the variations in risk to which they are exposed. Small, fragmented risk pools, which are the norm in developing countries, have seriously adverse outcomes for the users of the health system. Pooled smart contract. Each individual holder of the Ubricoin will receive a smart contract to use health services at a URCC at the time of need. Ubricoin holders who will shop at Soko Janja, practice health behaviors will get loyalty points in form of brevis. The brevis will go to the pooled smart contract to be used to access healthcare services in the URCCs. The smart contract will cover preventive and curative services for the holder by the contract. Pooled smart contract will recreate a pooled smart contract that will act as health risk pooling. Chapter 8. University Science and Technology Parks. A science and technology park, also known as a research park, is a property-based development that fosters the growth of tenant firms and affiliated with a higher institution of learning. The purpose is to facilitate sharing of knowledge, promote innovation, and advance research to viable commercial products. Ubrica will facilitate design, development, and implementation of 66 science and technology parks (STPs) for Kenyan universities. We will also provide STP development and management service through our Scientific Real Estate Development Division in brackets SREDD. The Science and Technology Park Development and Management Service will involve setting out the strategy and objectives of the 66 new parks and deciding on the best model for implementation. SREDD will manage many complex processes and diverse relationships. We shall allocate 2 billion Ubricoins to fund design, development, implementation, and management of 66 STPs in Kenya. How science and technology parks benefit the local community. The science and technology parks provide locations that foster innovation and development and commercialization of technology, and where government, universities, and private companies may collaborate. A. Science parks may offer a number of shared resources such as incubators, program and collaboration activities, telecommunication hubs, reception, security, and among others. Science parks also aim to bring together people who assist the developers of technology to bring their work to commercial fruition. C. They can be attractive to university students who may interact with prospective employers. Apart from tenants, science parks create jobs for the local community. For example, they may be built with restaurants, sport facilities, etc. And D. Science parks catalyze community innovation. Translation and commercialization of science. We opened dialogue with several universities in Africa for commercialization of science. We developed a science and technology park development and management and technology transfer services agreement that will be used to guide our relationships with universities. This science and technology park development and management and technology transfer or knowledge conversion services agreement will be made with Ubrica as the manager and the university as the institution. Ubrica University Science and Technology Park Management and Technology Transfer Services. Ubrica will provide 2 services to universities: Science Park Development and Management Services and Technology Transfer or Knowledge Conversion Services. Knowledge Conversion / Technology Transfer Service. Ubrica will establish a University Technology Transfer Office to facilitate the commercialization of university intellectual property, including patents and copyrights. UTTO will work with researchers and students in every college to prepare new inventions for the patenting process and potential licensing opportunities. UTTO's job will be to create sustained focus on transferring cutting-edge research and innovation to the commercial marketplace, generating revenue and diversifying the economy. The UTTO will have knowledgeable and professional staff with specialized backgrounds. The UTTO staff will work in collaborative teams to create markets, execute patenting and licensing of new ideas, discoveries, and innovations to translate them into the commercial products and services. The UTTO will be responsible for the development, protection, and utilization of intellectual property rights. UTTO will serve as the liaison of cooperative ventures between university and industry. Startup companies. UTTO will promote and facilitate business development and entrepreneurship by bringing researchers together with experienced entrepreneurs and investors to form companies for commercializing university technologies. The UTTO will create and foster new startup companies that will create jobs and provide mutually beneficial relationships to advance technological innovations and to bring their services into the marketplace. UTTO will maintain an electronic database of startups based on university technology. The database will be publicly available through Ubrica website that people can view and invest directly. Incentive structure for science parks. We will create a reward system for the science park. Staff members who will work in collaborative teams to create markets, execute patenting and licensing of new ideas, discoveries, and innovations will receive rewards. The Ubricoin will be used to provide discounting services for knowledge conversion enterprise in exploration during the needs assessments and feasibility studies, Research for both qualitative in brackets phenomenological ethnography and grounded theory, and quantitative research in brackets non-experimental, quasi-experimental and experimental studies. Publication of original works, white papers, monographs, anecdotes, and case reports. Translation of scientific knowledge, which may include execution of patents, intellectual protection, and commercialization of products of research. The reward system will also facilitate the translation of innovations into commercial products and services. Researchers and students who will work with UTTO will also receive incentive. We will build a structure for incentivizing university lecturers stroke professors who provide quality education by showing good class attendance and engaging students in practical work that will result to a high number of skillful graduates placed to employment. In addition, the lecturers stroke professors will be rewarded following up with students' professional life. They will further get rewards for the use of Ubricoin in financial transaction and buying products on Sokojanja. STP's 2 billion UBN. These coins will be sold in the year 2020 at US dollars 5 a coin to support innovation in science and technology. We will sell coins to facilitate the knowledge transfer from the universities to the industry. The 2 billion coins will be sold in 4 phases, each phase raising funds to support different segments of this project. Phase 1, Private Sale. We will sell 100 million UBNs to facilitate the design of the STPs, setting out the strategy and deciding the best model for implementation. We require a lot of desktop and field research to understand the STP scope and relationships. This will be done by a team of professionals. We will therefore sell this UBN to support this stage of STP development. Phase 2, Pre-sale. In this stage, we will sell 300 million UBN. Funds will be used for the development of STPs. We will identify and hire architects, engineers, and planners who will be responsible for developing the project scope and planning the implementation of the STPs. We will use the funds to support feasibility studies, which will include physical planning, geotechnical studies, suitability analysis, architecture, engineering, economic planners, construction planning, security, information technology. Phase 3, Crowd Sale. We will sell 1 billion UBN to facilitate the construction of the STPs. We intend to construct 66 STPs in different Kenyan universities. These funds will be used to purchase land, entitlement, and the construction materials for this project to monitor and evaluate the project. Phase 4, Initial Token Offering. We will sell 600 million UBNs to support management of the STPs. We will use the funds to create a mortgage program to facilitate ownership of scientific real estate development as innovation hubs. We will also create a reserve fund to support operation of innovation hubs within each STP until break-even. Operations of an innovation hub within an STP will be responsible for generating high-quality research, ideas, innovation, translations to commercialization of knowledge into products and services that help solve local problems. STPs will bridge the university with the industry and with the local community. To stimulate new innovations, we will create bounty programs to reward individuals or groups with new scientific ideas that will help provide solutions to our vexing problems. We will issue tokens to people who will produce original research, publish the results of their original research, present the results of their research in scientific conferences locally and internationally, translate their research knowledge into commercial prototypes, and commercialize their prototypes into products and everyday use. Commercialize their prototypes into products of everyday use. Chapter 9, Ubricoin Biomedical Industrial City. We propose to implement Ubricoin Biomedical Industrial City in Kenya, in brackets Ubricoin. We will build Ubricoin on multiple disparate plants, parcels all aggregating to approximately 4,000 acres. The complete project will be multiple master plan biomedical industrial parks with specialty hospital fashioned as academic medical centers (AMCs), research facilities, residential areas, and specialized industrial zones. Strategy: Ubricoin will host a Children and Women's AMC, a Heart and Lungs AMC, a Neuroscience and Rehabilitation AMC, a Trauma and Orthopedic AMC, an Eye and Ear AMC, a Cancer Hospital and Hospice Care AMC, a Tropical and Infectious Diseases AMC, a Renal and Urologic AMC, a Gastrointestinal Diseases AMC. Vision: Our vision is to create places that will be led centers of excellence in global health in discovery, development, and commercialization of cutting-edge technologies in biomedicine, world-class services in health promotion, disease detection, disease prevention, and disease treatment. Mission: Our mission is to establish and sustain leadership in translation research in human biology, human physiology, and human medicine, nanoscience, biotechnology, molecular biology, and human genetics, clinical medicine, organization of systems of delivery of care, and information systems for health. Theoretical underpinning: Our project is underpinned by the theory of knowledge conversion continuum that explains that knowledge has to traverse 5 distinct stages to translate in products that people can use to solve problems of everyday life: exploration, research, publication, translation, application. Phenomenal structure: The phenomenal structure of Ubricoin is grounded by 4 primary functions of a world-class academic medical center: research, education, innovation, patient care. We propose to build Ubricoin as an all-inclusive development with multiple land uses to be located on an aggregate of 4,000-acre lot of land in Kenya. Upon completion, Ubricoin will be home to 8 ultramodern academic specialty medical centers structured as world-class hospitals, centers for advanced science in biomedicine structured for advanced research, and centers for biomedical translation and innovation structured for commercialization and manufacturing. Key features of the Ubricoin Biomedical Industrial City: 1. Hospitals, whose function is 8 ultra-modern academic medical centers providing patient care and education. 2. Research, whose function is centers for advanced biomedical research. And 3. Product commercialization and manufacture, whose function is centers for advanced biomedical translation, innovation, and commercialization of knowledge into products and services for home and clinical use and manufacture of products. The phenomenal structure of the Ubricoin is underpinned by the theory of advanced academic medical center that is built with the principle of integration to collocate the functions of advanced research in science, technology, and medicine (research), world-class medical and science education (teaching), translation of research knowledge products into commercial products for everyday use at home and in a clinical environment (innovation), and delivery of care of the highest quality possible (patient care). This proposal contains a brief description of the project, starting with the explanation of the background of the problem that the project is meant to solve. In addition, the proposal explains the purpose of Ubrica, the general approach to implement, and the significance of the implementation Ubricoin. Statement of intent. Our intent is to create in Kenya centers of excellence for A. Discovery, development, and commercialization of cutting-edge technologies in biomedicine, and B. World-class healthcare services in health promotion, disease prevention, and treatment. 2 major and closely interrelated problems motivate our intent. A. The severe inadequate infrastructure for global health. Health services in many countries of the world are unsafe, of low quality and inaccessible to majority of the people. People afraid to use health services locally seek medical care in other countries. Indeed, healthcare consumers will be willing to pay more for better care that is of high value, of efficient supply of drugs, of better technical quality, of well-maintained health facilities, and of short wait times. The specific problem is that an entity that can produce comprehensive world-class medical service is lacking. Ubricoin will be home to 5 ultra-modern academic specialty medical centers structured as world-class hospitals to deliver care of the highest quality possible. B. The absence of health services and biomedical innovative research and development (R&D) capability. Ubricoin is poised to create a world-class research facilities attached to the world-class hospitals. The research facilities will serve as centers for research excellence in Kenya. The centers will produce the best-in-class researchers in health, medicine, and basic sciences. The research facilities will also serve as technology transfer organizations that will manage intellectual property, licensing and commercialization of products of research, and industrial development to meet health needs of people. Background of the problem. In this section, we present the background of the problem addressed in this proposal from the framework of knowledge conversion. The section underpins knowledge conversion as the centerpiece of national development, emphasizing the central importance of comprehending knowledge conversion to comprehend development. Theoretical underpinning. National development, a function of knowledge conversion. Knowledge conversion is the work of discovering knowledge residing in the local environment and mastering the discovered knowledge to create products and services that people and organizations can use to advance themselves and to defend themselves from enemies. Knowledge converts in 5 steps, starting from exploration, going to research, then to publication, then to translation, and finally to application of knowledge. Human development depends on capability of people residing in that nation to master all the 5 stages of knowledge conversion in all fields of knowledge. A developed nation in biomedicine, for example, is the one that has built a full-scale capability for exploratory work in biomedicine, biomedical research, publication of dissemination of biomedical knowledge, translation of published biomedical knowledge into products such as pharmaceuticals and medical devices and systems for delivery of healthcare services, and application of biomedical knowledge in health promotion, disease prevention, cure of disease, and education of present and future generations of care providers. Typically, underdeveloped nations lack the will to develop capability for exploration, research, and translation of knowledge. Because they lack the will to develop these capabilities, they rely for their existence on application of products and services created from knowledge discovered in other countries. They rely on foreign facts, theories, and propositions to implement their work programs in their nations. Facts, theories, and propositions from foreign sources do not have working capacity in local situations because they do not fit. Because of this problem, nations that rely on theories developed from knowledge products generated for a foreign nation remain underdeveloped and subservient to the nations from where the theories originated. Relevance. For example, theories about approach to diseases developed from knowledge collection in Boston, Massachusetts in the United States is of little help to a clinician in Nyeri County dealing with medical conditions local to Nyeri County Hospital in Kenya, much less in a health center in Mukurweini or Othaya in Kenya. Geography, culture, climate, and other local forces have it that diseases that occur in Nyeri are different from the diseases that occur in Boston. Furthermore, the local environments (culture, diet, nutrition, climate, geography, economy) affect the human physiology in such manner that the physiology adapts to local conditions. Indeed, the local environment modifies human genetic expressions, which in turn modifies the human physiology for adaptation to needs of the local environment. Relevance paradox. Humans who live in hot climates are comfortable in high temperatures and do not tolerate the cold climates without a period of acclimatization. Similarly, humans who live in the lowlands with high oxygen tension do not tolerate low oxygen tension highlands without a period of acclimatization. This physiological adaptation of individuals means that the human body tolerates medications differently according to local environment. Rather, factors in local environment determine the effectiveness of a medical treatment given to an individual. As such, medicines developed with knowledge gathered from Boston dwellers may have lower effectiveness on Nyeri dwellers. Thus, use of knowledge from Boston to solve problems plaguing people in Nyeri lead to incomplete solutions with attendant negative consequences. Exploration and discovery. Theories and propositions about how to help people deal with medical problems in Nyeri must come from the work of discovery of such knowledge in Nyeri and not Boston. Theories and propositions about health and disease in Nyeri must be verified through formal research about health and disease in Nyeri. Intellectual property protection. The discovered theories, propositions, and their verifications must be protected with appropriate regulation and patents to safeguard loss of intellectual property. Unprotected intellectual property is open to exploitation by outsiders, leading to tremendous loss. Publication. After appropriate protection, the discovered theories, propositions, and their verifications must be published in journals, books, theses, monographs for dissemination to schools, universities, government organizations, non-governmental organizations, business organizations, and indeed to all interested individuals. The published knowledge is then available for creation of new products and services that have fit and working capacity in the local environment. Local companies can use their translated knowledge to create medicines, medical devices, health delivery systems, medical services systems, etc. Application. The glaring absence of medical manufacturing in African countries and the extremely poor quality of medical services is the product of lack of attention to exploration, research, publication, and translation of local knowledge. A country that has no local knowledge resembles a human being whose higher center of the brain is amputated. Knowledge conversion in biomedicine for global health. Developing countries lag behind in knowledge conversion in biomedicine. Many governments of developing countries allocate no investments on exploration of knowledge that will lead to discovery of biomedical facts, theories, and propositions. Furthermore, governments of developing countries invest very little in research that will lead to verification of facts, theories, and propositions. They do not invest in discovery and verification of the benefit of the citizens of their nations. To overcome this problem, we must discover new ways of funding knowledge conversion in biomedicine for global health using blockchain. Private sector and knowledge conversion in biomedicine in the world. Private healthcare sector has historically played an important role in health services delivery in developing countries. The absence of a well-organized health insurance system and ambivalence in healthcare financing, however, limit the growth of the private healthcare. In recent years, several developing countries have rapidly re-emerged from grinding poverty and business is springing back. The national leadership is supportive of the private healthcare enterprise, encouraging private investment in healthcare and medical facilities. The general problem is that health systems in developing countries suffering long-term neglect and lack of investment is indeed inadequate, with high rate of infection in hospitals and limited medical equipments. Investment in world-class Ubricoin biomedical industrial city will help to overcome the problem of global health. Specifically, Ubricoin will be the beacon of hope for biomedical discovery and a source of excellence in bioscientific publications. In addition, Ubricoin will lead to a new horizon of translation medicine, medical devices, and pharmaceutical manufacturing for global health. BMI seed 3 billion UBN. We will sell 3 billion UBNs to fund biomedical industrial city. This sale will occur in 2024 at $10 per coin. The fund raised will be used for design, development, construction, and management of BUMIC. This will issue coins to facilitate construction and post-construction management of Biomedical Industrial City. The Biomedical City will function as an epicenter for discovery and development of medical innovations for global health. Reward system. Holders of Ubricoin will receive discounted services at the Biomedical Industrial City. The discounted services will include healthcare services, hospitality, and tourism. The users of BMIC will receive loyalty points. Reuse of points. The loyalty points will be used to access services in the Ubrica ecosystem such as shopping on Soko Janja and receiving services in URCCs. The point will also be used in the pooled smart contract. The 3 billion coins will be issued in 4 phases, each phase raising funds to support different segments of this project. Phase 1. Private sale. We will issue 200 million UBN to facilitate the design of the BMIC, setting out the strategy and deciding on the best model for implementation. We require a lot of desktop and field research to understand the BMIC scope. This will be done by a team of professionals. Phase 2. Pre-sale. In this stage, we will issue 300 million UBN. This will be used for the development of BMIC. We will identify and hire architects, engineers, and planners who will be responsible for developing the project scope and planning the implementation of the BMIC. These funds will be used to do feasibility studies, which will include physical planning, geotechnical studies, suitability analysis, architecture, engineering, economic planners, construction planning, security, information technology. Phase 3. Crowd sale. We will issue 1.5 billion UBN to facilitate the construction of the BMIC. We intend to construct BMIC in Kenya. These funds will be used to purchase land, entitlement, and the construction material for this project. The raised funds will also be used to do monitoring and valuation of the project. Phase 4. Initial token offering. We will issue 1 billion UBN to support management of the BMIC. We will use the funds to create a mortgage program to facilitate ownership of the medical and scientific real estate. We'll also create a reserve fund to support operation of innovation hubs within the BMIC until break-even. Operations of an innovation within the BMIC will be responsible for generating high-quality research, idea innovation, translations to commercialization of knowledge into products and services that help solve local problems. The BMIC will bridge the university with the industry and with the local community. To stimulate new innovation, we will create bounty programs to reward individuals or groups with new scientific ideas that will help provide solutions to our vexing problems. We'll issue tokens to people who will do original research, publish the results of their original research, present the results of their research in scientific conferences locally and internationally, translate their research knowledge into commercial prototypes, and commercialize their prototypes into products of everyday use. Chapter 10. Business Model. Soko Janja will be the principal mechanism for distribution and adoption of Ubricoin. People will use Ubricoin on Soko Janja for purchasing, and in turn, they will receive incentives and rewards. People will be able to acquire Ubricoins on Soko Janja and get loyalty points. They will then use the Ubricoin and reuse the loyalty points to access the services in the Ubrica ecosystem, including the URCCs, USTPs, and BMIC. Soko Janja will help to build a community of users. Market scaling. We will launch the test phase for the products in Kenya, where we will connect to about 50 users per day for an average of 20 days per month. That will be an average of 1,000 people per month. During this test phase, we will enroll people as manufacturers and suppliers. Our social media team will reach at least 5 billion people. The conversion ratio is 0.001%. This means only one person in a million will respond to an e-commerce site. In other words, 5 million people will produce 5 active uses. Sustained campaign will produce gradual growth until a tipping point where hundreds of people will convert to active users. We expect to reach the tipping point in 5 years of sustained campaign. From there, we expect exponential growth of user base to reach tens of millions of active users. Our goal is to reach 14 million users in Kenya alone by 2024. We will use the platform to gather valuable data that will be the key for further development of the platform. We will be able to estimate the precision of the discovery results and the possibility of finding a better deal on some of the unlisted manufacturers and suppliers. Market maintenance / artificial intelligence. User profiling is a key to developing a strong artificial intelligence algorithm. We will use our main website, ubricoin.ubrica.com, Ubrica Global Journal System, jghcs.info, Ubrica website, ubrica.com, and sokojanja.com to gather data on user behavior. Sokojanja.com will gather online behavioral data. We'll use this data for the machine learning process to produce more precise user profiling in Ubrica. The data will help us to launch initial global communication campaign for acquiring partners. Acquiring Ubricoins. There are 2 ways people can get involved with Ubricoin. 1. Purchasing through ubricoin.ubrica.com/buy Ubricoin. And 2. Proof of Excellence Reward System. By joining the Proof of Excellence Reward System, you get a chance to take part in developing an excellent community. This includes rating people who do good in the community and purchasing locally produced goods in Sokojanja. In both cases, you will be increasing the value of the currency and participating in the global health program. When you purchase goods on Sokojanja, you will help in activating the local and village level commerce. By buying from each other, you will increase value through mutual exchange facilitated by peer-to-peer fair trading system. As a custom token and a solution, specially designed to ensure universal health access, Ubricoin has a highly promising future for a healthy community and excellent services both in the education and health in community-based, driven and owned system where people will be able to buy directly from each other without mediators and access quality healthcare. How to buy Ubricoin. To buy Ubricoin, you will first need to install a wallet on your smartphone by downloading from the Play Store. You can choose Coinomi wallet or Trust ERC20 wallet. After installing your wallet, go through the following steps. Step 1. Create a local Ethereum account and register on localethereum.com. Find an offer in the traders list and buy Ether. Transfer your Ether from local Ethereum to the wallet you installed, i.e. your Coinomi wallet or Trust wallet. Step 2. Once you have Ether on your wallet, open etherscar.io and search for Ubricoin contract address. Step 3. On your wallet, click Send. Enter the amount of Ether you want to send. Paste the Ubricoin contract address as the recipient address. The Ubricoin contract will then send UBN to your wallet. And step 4. Add Ubricoin as a token in your wallet to see your Ubricoin balance. Chapter 11. Roadmap. Our journey to build capability for high-quality life science and health production (LSHP) in Africa started in 2014. We created the concept note, developed the business plan, and registered the company. Since then, we have been able to achieve major milestones. Therefore, we have created a feasible roadmap based on the goals of the organization. 2014. We created Ubrica concept note, developed a business plan, and registered the company. 2015. We commissioned development of the biomedical industrial city and visited site of the future biomedical industrial city. 2016. We completed BMIC Masterplan Medical City and designed Ubrica Retail Clinical Centers, URCCs. 2017. We completed field research for project implementation in Kenya. 2018, first quarter, we built Sokojanja. 2018 second quarter, we built Ubricoin development. 2018 in June, coin sale for Sokojanja. 2019, coin sale for URCC. 2020, coin sale for STP. And 2024, coin sale for BMIC. Chapter 12, Summary. Ubricoin on blockchain will serve as a platform devoted to improving quality of health for all. We will use Ubricoin to develop global health industry and create market intelligence through a cryptocurrency reward system that will inspire positive contribution to health improvement around the world. We will use a smart review system to reward consumers for positive health behavior. We need artificial intelligence for global health. Ubricoin will gather intelligent data about health, nutrition, information, and diseases. This data will help us develop smart community health decision support system, smart public health decision support system, and smart clinical decision support systems. Ubricoin will generate artificial intelligence for early diseases detection algorithm built on International Classification of Diseases (ICD), health and diseases monitoring, effect and impact evaluation of health programs, improved data security, accuracy, and speed of diagnosis. We will use Ubricoin to fund and create incentives for research, build world-class capacity for health and clinical research in developing countries, and for research reporting through peer-to-peer reviewed papers by creating incentive token to the authors. This will lead to more people taking part in developing scientific papers. Ubricoin will create incentives for research and new product development, RD, with brevis tokens for supporting development of scientific products. We will use Ubricoin to support manufacturing of biomedical products and to facilitate commercialization of the products in the online marketing and retail platform called Sokojanja. Ubricoin will also support development and construction of scientific real estates in developing countries, including Ubrica Retail Clinical Centers, URCCs, Science and Technology Parks, STPs, a Biomedical Industrial City, BMIC. Ubricoin will benefit you, the consumer of health and other services. Consumers will receive brevis airdrops from shopping on Sokojanja. Providers of health accepting Ubricoin as payment at the point of sale will receive brevis loyalty tokens, services quality tokens, direct feedback from consumers. Payers of health using Ubricoin for transaction payment will experience dramatic reduction in payment fraud. Suppliers of products and services to the health system will enjoy simplified payment system. Regulators of health services will create intelligent regulation based on real-time data. This will ensure good governance. Local and international non-governmental organizations will enjoy simplified data gathering for needs assessments, project implementation evaluation, and post-implementation evaluation. International development organizations concerned with global health will have a system for easy tracking of diseases of global health concern, detecting diseases before they become epidemics. Chapter 13, References. Buterin v. 2012, a next-generation smart contract and decentralized application platform. Retrieved from https://whitepaper.base.com/ethereum-eth-whitepaper/ Gilda G. 2013, Knowledge and Power. The Information Theory of Capitalism and How It is Revolutionizing Our World. Washington, D.C., Venery Publishing. Gilda G. 2016, The Scandal of Money. Why Wall Street Recovers but the Economy Never Dies. Washington, D.C., Venery Publishing. Hart S.L., 2005, Capitalism at the Crossroads. The Unlimited Business Opportunity in Solving the World's Most Difficult Problems. Philadelphia, PA, Wharton School Publishing. Low, A.W., 2016, Funding Medical Innovation. Paper presented May 18, 2016 at Financial Innovations in Healthcare, London Business School, London, England. Based on joint work with Jaina Cummings, David Fagnan, John Frischkopf, Jose Maria Fernandez, Carol Ho, Austin Romati, Ken Kosick, John Marque, Roger Stein, Richard Thakur, David Weinstock, Nora Young. Nakamoto S. 2008. Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system retrieved from https://bitcoin.org/bitcoin.pdf. Smith, P. C. and Witter S. L. 2004. Risk pooling in healthcare financing, the implication for health system performance. Washington, D.C. The International Bank for Reconstruction and Development / the World Bank. Waroinge M. 2010. Knowledge conversion by open innovation. Ustawi the Knowledge Conversion Organization. Minnetonka, MN. Ustawi.